Do you want to boost your grade by writing an outstanding definition of fundamentalism? Then stick around for the next 5 minutes. I'm going to explain the 5 key features of fundamentalism. At the end of the video, I'm going to explain what is the difference between traditional religion and fundamentalism. To complete this topic, watch my Theories of Fundamentalism video. Firstly, fundamentalists believe that the texts, the Bible, their religious texts are authoritative. What we mean by that is they're not open to interpretation at all. They're not metaphors, they're not stories, they are fact, and they're the highest form of knowledge. So you can't disagree with them. So for a Christian fundamentalist, and some traditional Christians even, would believe that the Bible is the literal truth of God, that it's above science. So for example, they would believe that God created the world in 7 days. That's what the Old Testament in the Bible says, one of the books. Now science would suggest that the universe was created by the Big Bang over billions of years. But if you were a Christian fundamentalist, you would believe your holy book is above all other forms of knowledge. The second point is an us and them mentality. What we mean by this is they try and separate themselves, the believers, from the non-believers. They are certain about their view of society, their view of how you should lead your life, their view of God, etc. And they want to keep, mainstream society away from them. So they have this strict us and them mentality where they feel they are correct and everyone else is, the non-believers. And in many cases, they'll believe that there's some terrible fate waiting for them, like going to hell, for example. The third feature is they respond with aggressive reactions. So aggressive reactions refer to the fact that when people challenge their teachings, they challenge their potential religious rights and freedoms, they respond aggressively. They're trying to intimidate the people who are challenging them with violence, with threats of violence. So a good example of that is Christian fundamentalists have bombed abortion clinics and killed doctors who do late-term abortions. They obviously believe that abortion is a sin. They're killing a life. They think that the Christian teaching should guide abortion rights. They also use modern technology. They'll use modern technology to spread their message. You often see fundamentalist teachers from many parts of the world transmitting their message through the internet. So that's a key part of fundamentalism. They attract followers, they spread their messages, they radicalize their followers online. Interestingly, at the same time, they're also opposed to modern technology because they see it as spreading liberal values. Liberal just means freedom. Liberty is another word for freedom. So they think the internet is spreading, sexual freedoms, relationship freedoms, people having sex outside marriage, etc. The fifth and final one we're going to look at is patriarchy. So patriarchy, as we know, refers to women being oppressed. And most fundamentalist religions oppress and control women. And they particularly control their sexual freedoms, they control their relationship freedoms, and they keep them in traditional gender roles. The difference between fundamentalism and traditional religion is fundamentalists want to reshape all aspects of society, every aspect of society, politics, economics, law, every aspect of society along the lines of religious texts. People who follow traditional religion don't usually want to do that. They can tolerate the difference between traditional religion and the values of society. Fundamentalists can't tolerate that. They want complete control of society based on religious ideas from their texts. Also, fundamentalists have what's known as a siege mentality. They permanently believe they're fighting for their lives and they're under threat. And remember, the key point is they're anti-modern. They dislike modern society. They want to return us to a traditional form of society, a traditional way of life. Those are the main differences between fundamentalism and traditional religion. Now remember, head over and watch my sociological theories of fundamentalism to complete this topic. Take care, thanks for listening.